Here's a rule that will save you time and points on every single writing section. When two answer choices say the exact same thing, always pick the shorter one. The SAT writing section consistently rewards conciseness. Wordy, redundant, over-padded language is almost always wrong. Shorter, clearer, more direct language is almost always right. Welcome to hack number 8. Choose the shortest, clearest answer. The SAT writing section rewards clear, direct, economical language. Every time, without exception. There are two main categories of wordiness to watch for. First, wordy trap phrases. Due to the fact that just means because. In order to just means to. At this point in time just means now. These longer phrases never add meaning. They only add words. Second, redundancy. Past history. All history is past, so history alone is correct. Future plans. Plans are always future. End result. Results come at the end. These pairs are saying the same thing twice. Spot either of these, and you've probably found the wrong answer. There are 3 types of wordiness on the SAT writing section. Type 1. Redundancy. Saying the same thing twice. Past history. Future plans. Completely finished. One word always makes the other unnecessary. Delete the extra word. Type 2. Wordy phrases. Multi-word phrases that mean the same as one shorter word. Due to the fact that equals because. In the event that equals if. For the purpose of equals to. Replace the whole phrase. Type 3. Unnecessary content. Sentences or phrases that don't add anything new. It is worth noting that, as previously mentioned, it should be said that. Test. Remove it. Does the paragraph lose any meaning? No? Then delete it. Spot any of these 3. The longer answer is almost certainly wrong. 6 steps. The first 3 are about elimination. You're cutting the wrong answers by spotting redundancy and wordiness. Steps 4 and 5 are about confirming the shortest correct answer. Step 6 is the important exception. If the shortest option changes the meaning, it's wrong. Find the next shortest that preserves meaning. The key phrase in step 6 is preserves the meaning. Conciseness is only correct when it doesn't lose anything important. Step 1. Read all 4 choices, then mentally rank them by length. The length itself is data. Step 2. Flag any choice where the same idea appears twice. Small in size. Small already means small in size. The reason is because reason and because overlap completely. New innovation. Innovations are by definition new. Flag them. Step 3. Cross out any choice containing a known wordy phrase. Due to the fact that eliminate. In order to eliminate. At this point in time, eliminate. It is important to note that eliminate. Any answer containing these phrases is almost certainly wrong. You can eliminate it before you even think about grammar. Step 4. Take the shortest remaining choice and ask 2 questions. Is it grammatically correct? And does it preserve the full meaning? If both answers are yes, that's your answer. Step 5. Trust the length. Shorter is almost always right. Step 6. The exception. If the shortest answer removes essential information or changes what the sentence means, it's wrong. Go to the next shortest. Now, special case. Omit the underlined portion. When this is an option, evaluate it seriously. Ask, does the underlined text repeat something already said? Does it add 0 new information? Is the sentence complete without it? If you say yes to all 3, omit it. This answer is correct more often than students expect. Let's run 2 examples fast. Example 1. She was late due to the fact that her car broke down. The choices are due to the fact that, B, because, C, owing to the circumstance that, D, in light of the fact that. Scam lengths. B is shortest. Due to the fact that, owing to the circumstance that, in light of the fact that, all wordy filler for the word because. Eliminate A, C, D. Answer B. Example 2. The new innovation in battery technology changed everything. Choices. The new innovation. B. The innovation. C. The newly discovered innovation. D. The recent and novel innovation. Spot the redundancy. Innovation is always new. New innovation repeats itself. Only B removes the redundancy. Answer B. Same process both times. Length first, wordiness second, meaning check third. Here's your 10-second decision framework for every conciseness question. Question 1. Is one choice significantly shorter? If yes, and it's grammatically correct, it's almost certainly right. Question 2. Does any choice repeat an idea already expressed? If yes, eliminate it. That's redundancy. Question 3. Does any choice contain a wordy filler phrase? Due to the fact that. In order to. At this point in time. If yes, eliminate it immediately. These 3 questions take about 10 seconds, and they'll solve most conciseness questions before you even think about grammar rules. And remember the golden rule. The SAT never rewards wordiness. Concise equals correct. Pro tip. Omit the underlined portion is the right answer more often than students expect. Never skip it. Always evaluate it as a real option. Your decision hierarchy. First, check if omit works. Second, check for a redundancy fix. Third, check if you can replace a wordy phrase. Fourth, pick the shortest grammatically correct option. Quick recap. Rank choices by length. Flag redundancy. Eliminate wordy phrases. Check the shortest option. Lock it in if it's grammatically sound and preserves meaning. 2 more hacks to go after this one. You're almost at the finish line. That's hack number 8. Choose the shortest, clearest answer. Spot wordiness. Eliminate redundancy. Trust the length. Always check omit. 8 hacks down. 2 to go. You are almost at the complete SAT writing and reading toolkit. Drop a comment with the wordiest phrase you've ever seen on an SAT practice test. I guarantee due to the fact that gets a lot of votes. Hit like, subscribe for hack 9, where I show you how transition words reveal the logical relationship between sentences, making every transition question automatic. See you there.